I just spent a whole hour talking to y'all. Didn't have my mic on. So, love that for me. I have to show you everything all over again. Hi my crafty creatures. So I wanted to show you everything that I got while I was Halloween shopping. And I'm going to do this store by store because I did go around to a couple of the stores multiple times, and I'm just going to group them all together as far as what I got. But the first place I want to start off with is Marshall's. So with Marshall's, I was able to find a few things. They didn't have like a whole like big section of things out, but they did have quite a few things that kind of drew me in, and I wanted to show you what they are. So the first thing I found was this snake. And now when I saw this, it kind of sparked this whole thing inside of me. Now all of a sudden I want more snake things. So I got this one, and it's just a gold one. You could probably sit it flat onto a table and it would look pretty nice, but I'm thinking about figuring out a way to hang it so that it sits upright on my wall. The next thing I have is this skull here, and this skull I liked because it had the crystals that are kind of shinier, and then the skull itself is matte. I felt like this was something I haven't really seen much of before in previous years, and if there's a skull, I'm probably going to end up getting it because I just can't resist. So that was the next thing I got, and then I got this one. And with this one, I thought it was pretty cool because the skulls are going in different directions. That gives it a little more dimension. And then you have this snake that's kind of wrapping around the whole thing. And I like the fact that it has the open mouth and you can see like the fangs and everything. And I felt like this was a cool thing I could add to my shelves or somewhere in my decorations. The next thing I got was this right here. Now with this, I do have a couple of different versions of this. I have a version of this that is much smaller that can fit on a shelf, and then I have another one that is a lot much bigger and it has a mouth that opens. I usually put that outside, so I'm glad that I could add this to my collection. I do plan on distressing this, and I like that it's just pretty much just all white, and I can add that distressing in there. This one has like minimal distressing, and I'm looking forward to doing a couple of DIYs. So the next place I want to show you some things that I got from, I actually went to the store and only ended up buying one thing. They had a few more things on there, but nothing was standing out to me at the time. I do kind of wish that I would have got some of their I do wish that I would have gotten some of their like hand towels, but I wasn't thinking about it at the time, and the only thing I ended up leaving there with was this kind of like snow globe crystal ball. And the thing I like about this is that it lights up, and it has this extra added feature where it has something that spins around in the bottom of it, and then it moves around this like mica powder, so it looks all cloudy, kind of like you're summoning a spirit or something like that. So that was the only thing that I ended up getting from TJ Maxx. Let's go on to the next store. The next store I went to was Michael's. So the first thing I have are some glow-in-the-dark ghosts, and then I have the glow-in-the-dark skulls, which they come in a couple of different sizes, and then I have the bones here. Now, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with these, but I am thinking about using it as filler for maybe like some floral arrangement, or adding it into some DIYs so that they have a glow-in-the-dark feature. The next thing I have are these skulls, and I like them because they kind of have this like, oddly enough, when they knock together, they kind of have like this chalky, like it reminds me of chalk. And I'm guessing that it's actually resin, but I like that they were just like plain white, and then I could distress them however I want, and then I can just like place them around to give a really cool look, or even stack them. So I was happy to add that into my collection. The next thing I decided to get were these snakes here, and I wasn't sure like why I wanted these, but as I told you from Marshall's, like something about the snakes just stood out to me, so I wanted to get some more. So I have these little gold ones. They do come in a 2-pack, and they weren't really like super expensive, especially with the sale that they had going on at Michael's for the 40% off. So I got 2 of those. The last thing I got from there was this right here, and it's the skeleton on a bench with the dog. And I don't know how many of you guys know this, but I did lose my dog last year, and to me this just really stood out to me, and I just couldn't pass it up. I definitely don't like the pink on here, but the great thing about that is I can paint it. So I am going to end up painting this and making it look more distressed and worn out. I'm not sure what color I'm going to be doing, but I do know that I am not keeping the pink. So I hope you guys stay tuned to see what I end up making with that. Okay, so the last thing I got from Michael's was this right here. And I thought it was really cool because you have these little test tubes that you can put little things in. And I'm not completely sure what I'm going to put in there. I might do some little like clippings of like branches or something like that. Or I might put like herbs or just liquid, who knows. But I like to have this as something that I can put in my window display for the witch's store. Alright, so the next store I went to was Burlington. Now with Burlington, they did not have much as far as like stuff put out for Halloween. They did have a couple of pillows and blankets, but I wasn't really looking for that kind of stuff. And I was looking for more of the home decor stuff, and they just really didn't have much of that. They had some signs, and they had a few like skulls and stuff like that. So I was able to find this one right here, which I thought was really cool. I did see this, I think, at another store. I can't remember which one, but I ended up getting this one. I liked how it had this kind of texture and gold on one side, and then you have like the matte black on the other side. So I of course had to get it because it's a skull and I can't resist myself. The next thing I got was this skull, and this one stood out to me because it's a bigger one, and I felt like this would be a good one that I can put out onto my porch. That way it can just add to the stuff that I already have. I've been looking for some more stuff that I can just use to sit outside with the rest of the stuff I have, because I want to grow my outdoor stuff. Right now it's mostly just indoor decor stuff, but I want to get some more outdoor stuff. So this would be a good addition to that. Alright, so the next place I want to show you is Hobby Lobby. Now with Hobby Lobby, unfortunately they no longer sell Halloween stuff. But I did know that they would have some fall stuff that I could grab, and I can use those for DIYs to make some really cool things. So I wanted to show you what I got from there. The first thing I ended up getting were this set of different size pumpkins. Now I figured I could either paint these or carve these or just do some type of DIY with them to make them look like little scary jack-o'-lanterns that I can place all over the place. Maybe even put some lights in it or on it or around it to make it look really cool. So I'm looking forward to figuring out some DIYs that I can do with these. The next thing I ended up getting were some of their foam pumpkins, and I have 2 different ones. I have this larger orange one, and then I have this like shorter white one. And I want to make some jack-o'-lanterns out of these and maybe even add some extra stuff onto it to make it look really scary and really creepy. I think I might want to put these outside or leave them inside on some certain areas where I can actually like look at them. I am also thinking about making them light up, but we'll see about that. So the next place I went to was At Home, and At Home had like the most amount of stuff that I had seen so far out, and I did find some things that I really wanted. They have some other stuff that I want to look at and like spend some more time looking at them, but for now I just settled on these few things. So the first things I want to show you are these 2 dragons. Now I have a version of this dragon right here in a larger version, and I really like that, so I'm glad that they came out with them in different sizes. Now this one is a slightly different in the fact that these wings don't really move as much. On the bigger one I have, they move a little more, and then this one also has that tail that can be kind of maneuvered into whatever position you want to help like fit it better. This one is a little bit different where these wings only go up and down and the head turns. The other ones, I don't think the head turns at all on them. And then this one, the tail itself does not move. So I wanted to be able to add this with the larger one that I have and actually distress these so that they look more creepy and cruel and scary. Alright, so the next thing I got were these two skeletons. Now we have like the black ones and then we have like the white ones. I bought some skeletons last year and they're a bit different from these. They are actually the same size, but the way they're made is a bit different. For these here, it's like the backside is really flat, so you could actually like hang these up if you wanted to, I think. I'm not sure how that would be done, but I think I want to do some more of the like skeleton fairies and hang them up around my house. Maybe even have them like dangling down from like my ceiling or something like that. But I grabbed a few more of these. I have 4 of the black ones and then 4 of the white ones. And that was the only things that I ended up getting from At Home. I do want to go back there once they have like some more Halloween stuff out. I'm pretty sure they'll have some pretty cool like lights, because they do pretty good when it comes to getting lights from them. Alright, so the next place I went to was Spirit Halloween. Now Spirit Halloween had so much stuff that I wanted to get, but I had to rein myself in and like not buy too much, and I really just stuck to more accessories at the time. At that time, so I want to go back probably a little bit later, closer to Halloween, to see if they have like some sales going on, and then I can get some of the stuff that they had at a better price, because they had some really cool stuff, but it was kind of expensive. So the first thing I got were these earrings, and I thought that that would be a cool like thing that I can add to my witch's costume. They are snakes, and then they have like a little bit of a design on them. The next thing I ended up getting was the press-on nails. Now the press-on nails are not something that I typically do, but I've been seeing so many people using press-on nails now that I wanted to try a couple out, and I like these designs, so I wanted to show you guys what I got. So these right here are just a black and orange design, and they come with the jack-o'-lanterns, and I just wanted to kind of try them out. The next one I have is these black, white, and gray ones, and they have just spiders on them and spider webs, and they also have like a little marble design. And I thought those were like simple enough. I do typically only go for short nails, but I thought that they were still short enough that it wouldn't matter. So the last store that I have is JoAnn's, and with JoAnn's I wanted to focus more on the florals that they have and not so much on the decor stuff, even though they had quite a few things that I wanted to get as far as their decor goes. But I wanted to show you what I did end up getting. So the first thing I want to show you is this jack-o'-lantern. And this jack-o'-lantern is one of their ceramics. It's not a typical style that I would like really go for, but I thought I could paint it. And the thing that kind of really drew it to me was the fact that it lights up and it goes like this. So I like this little feature, and I just thought I could, you know, grunge it up a little bit so that it looks a little more creepy and scary. The next thing I ended up getting from JoAnn is these 2 skulls. They are candle holders, and I really like them. I can't explain it. They just look cute. I like that they're like a smoky glass, and I want to do some DIYs to make some candles to put in here. I hope this works out the way I want to. I have an idea in my head, and I can't wait to kind of show you guys how I make them. The next thing I have that I got there are some dish towels. Now these are the 2 that I went with. I went with this skull one with the bones on there, and it has a little bit of a texture on there, so it's a little bit different than some of the other ones where they're just like printed on, and I really like this. They are actually really soft too. And then I have this black one with the bats on there, and I just love just having the different textures but still having something that's like really nice and these are actually pretty good quality. The next thing I want to show you are some of the florals that I got. Now, I am doing a floral arrangement that I usually do up onto my mantle, and I wanted something that had like a lot of dimensions. So the first thing I grabbed were these eucalyptus bushes, and I like them because they dangle down, and I figured that this would give a really nice like look. I have some other flowers that I want to add to this, but these came in the black, which is something I think they had last year, but I wasn't paying too much attention as far as like the floral section. But this year I want to do something new, and I thought these would add a lot of dimension into the floral arrangement that I'm going to do. Alright, so the next two that I have for the floral arrangement are these two here. And I love this like teal color, and then I thought this lovely like yellow and white would make just the best combination. And these yellow ones are sunflower bush, and then we have a mum bush. So we have the mums, and then we have the sunflowers, and I'm going to be adding those into a floral arrangement. I will be doing a video on that so that you can see how I end up putting this together. Alright, so the last thing as far as the florals go are these here, and this is the berry bush, and I like these because they're really tall, and then it has like that deep blue color that just adds just another dimension into the floral arrangement. And as I was like holding these all together, just trying to decide on which ones I wanted, I really was like drawn to these, and I knew I was gonna come back and like get these and then some of the other ones that I decided on. So I am looking forward to like officially like putting this together so that you guys can kind of see the final like arrangement. And I have the perfect little vase to put this into, so I'm looking forward to it. But like the floral arrangements have become one of my things that I kind of really enjoy doing. It's like a pretty easy DIY, and you can get a lot done. Like you can do a lot with it and make it look really pretty, really cool, and really big with not spending a whole lot of money, especially if you get them on sale. But you guys, that is everything that I ended up getting while I was doing my Halloween shopping. I know it is really early, so there is a lot of stuff that's still going to be coming out, and I will be doing some shop with me's, just showing some of the cool things that I find. They will probably be on my shorts, so definitely keep an eye out for any videos that I post. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can see the future videos for Halloween that I do. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.